How we doing, folks? Welcome into Week 10 picks. I'm Jason Blakeney, and with me is Brady Amon. And Brady closed the gap last week. Comes on down to a tie with 2 weeks to go. So I assume from here you'll just copy every pick that I have so that you won't be a loser.
We're going to have a Monday night shootout after Week 11. We're going to pick the Monday night football game, and that'll be the one that determines it for us.
And you'll lose.
Probably.
Okay. All right, let's get into the picks. First game this week is actually tonight, a Thursday night special there. Navarre traveling to Mosley.
Yeah, I think I like Navarre in this one. They know what they have to do. They know what's ahead of them. All they got to do is win this game, and they assure themselves of, at the very least, a shootout. I like Navarre in this one to roll.
I like Navarre too. Too many kids on that team were there last year. Know what it takes to be successful in the postseason. Know what it takes to get to the postseason. So I like Navarre there. Moving to our Friday night games. West Florida making the long road trip, going over to Tallahassee to face Childs.
Yeah, this is, I wouldn't say it's a trap game, but it's a dangerous game because West Florida, coming off the loss to Arnold and having to go make the long road trip, and also having Gulf Breeze and Arnold playing those games back home that they kind of want to keep an eye on. I think West Florida wins, but I think they kind of have to hold on at the end. I think it's going to be a closer game than maybe people would have said early in the year. I think that West Florida's going to win, but it's going to be a close one.
I think West Florida wins, but I give it a close score only because I don't know how much you really play your starters or how much you try to pull out stuff because there's a possibility you're playing Monday.
Exactly.
So you really want to rest some guys maybe and make sure that you're healthy going into that shootout because this game really means nothing. So, but a game that does mean something, Gulf Breeze hosting Panama City Rutherford. Gulf Breeze obviously needs a win to be eligible for the postseason.
I like Gulf Breeze on this one. I think, just like Navarre, they know what's ahead of them. All they got to do is win, and, they'll have a shot. I think they're going to win this one.
Yeah, Rutherford not a very good football team either, so I'm going to go with Gulf Breeze. And it's funny because I can say that somebody's not a very good football team even though coaches can't. So There we go. All right, Freeport traveling to Jay.
The reality is Jay could be in a potential playoff hunt here, but I think Freeport just got a little bit too much for him. Jay's kind of limping down the stretch. I think Freeport wins this one.
Yeah, I've gone with Jay all year, and this is their last game. This is their 10th game of the year, and I'm going to bail on them. I'm going to go with Freeport this week. Sticking in District 1A. Let's go Baker traveling to Northview.
Basically the district championship rides on this game. If Northview wins, they're the outright district champion. If Baker wins, we could see a shootout. I think it's going to be a close game because I like Baker's athletes, but I think Northview wins. The home field advantage is going to win out for them.
I agree. Again, I think you're copying me before I say who I'm picking.
I'm reading your mind.
Yeah, there we go. But, yeah, I like Northview there, too. Again, I think they're one of the top teams in that district, or not even in that district, in that classification, that rural classification. All right, Pace is traveling to Catholic.
I kind of have some concerns about this game because Pace is coming off, obviously, the game against Milton, a big emotional high. They're in the playoffs. Goes back to how much do they play their starters this week because they know that they're already in the playoffs, And Catholic's a dangerous team no matter, what their record is. But I think Pace just kind of has that methodical offense. They'll be able to grind out a win. It might be sloppy, but I think they'll grind out a win.
Yeah, I like Pace to win this one, too. I think they'll play everybody. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you got 2 weeks
rest,
until the playoffs. And I think when this game went on the schedule, Catholic coach Greg Seibert was thinking of next year and taking a group that it can go deep into the playoffs and getting that experience for them next year. So, But I do like Pace there. PHS goes to Escambia for Ye Olde Washboiler.
Yeah, I like PHS in this one. Escambia's just kind of struggling right now. They're down to 25, 24 players on the team. PHS you got to keep that momentum going into the playoffs. I think they win big in this one.
All right, I'm going to take PHS also. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of bad things going on in Escambia this year. I'd like to see those kids fight out and get a win here before the end of the year, but I just don't see it happening this week. Milton going to Pine Forest.
Nothing but pride on the line for this one. They're basically playing for third place. Neither team can make the playoffs, but I think Pine Forest kind of uses this as a springboard for next season. I think they finish out the season with a win. I think Pine Forest wins this one.
Yeah, I like Pine Forest in this one too. This actually, first time I saw Isaiah Jones was 2 years ago in this game. He made some great catches on Pine Forest field. I don't look for him to be able to do that this year with the way that Pine Forest secondary has been playing of late. Could have been a lot of hype going into this game if Milton had pulled off the win last week, but there's not. So I'm going to go with Pine Forest there. And finally, Tate travels to Washington.
It's an interesting game. I mean, Tate's been struggling all year long, but I think the last few weeks they've shown some progress. Washington's kind of been struggling. It's almost a situation where both teams are maybe going in opposite directions. Maybe Tate's starting to get a little momentum, even though they're not winning, and Washington is kind of starting to lose that momentum. With that said, though, I like Washington at home. I think they have Dejan Funderburk. He's just a great athlete. I think it's going to be a closer game than maybe people would have said 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I like Washington to win this one.
Hey, tease me all night. Tell me you're going to take. Tell me you're going to take Tate now. And
switcheroo.
I like Washington too, so we're going to go the same whatever we go. So I guess you'll go undefeated since I'm going to go undefeated. But yeah, I like Washington in that game. I got to think maybe some of the Tate players have checked out a little bit on the year. Washington, they've been in games. I mean, it's been a while since Tate's been in a game at the end. So, so I'm going to take Washington there, and that's going to wrap us up. Join us tomorrow for our preview video. We'll preview every game except for the Navarre game that happens tonight. And catch us again on Saturday for our post-game video. Until then, I am Jason Blakey. This is Brady Amon. We will see you tomorrow.